our next contestant, Duncan Sandie. Duncan Sandie.
What a great speech. Tonight we heard from Rebecca, who delivered a really uplifting and inspiring personal story about luck, kindness, and coincidence. And I really connected with Rebecca's story. I thought it is a great story to tell, and I've had many personal experiences in my life, and I can really, connect at that level. I don't just think Rebecca was a really great storyteller. And I'm going to talk about a couple of things that I think really made that speech, and a couple of areas that I think perhaps Rebecca could reflect on for next time. And those are around her voice, her delivery, and also her conclusion. Who couldn't hear Rebecca? I don't think anyone will put their hands up in this room because it was crystal clear and the voice was well projected throughout the room. And I think that's really important when you're telling a story, because if you can't hear someone, it's really hard to connect and engage with the story that's being told. And I thought that Rebecca had a really excellent use of pauses throughout her speech. And by pausing while speaking, you can really draw the audience in. Everyone's waiting for that next word, the next sentence, the next little anecdote, or in Rebecca's case, the next little humorous insight that she added throughout her speech. In terms of the delivery of the speech, I thought it was really well done. Rebecca did have the lectern next to her with her notes, but also it held her props. I think one area that Rebecca could perhaps think about and reflect on for next speeches is just where she stands in the room. You were quite far forward, and as a result, you had to really turn to your left or your right if you wanted to speak to that side of the room. Now, that can cause a problem because, and I will over-exaggerate the point here, but if I turn around and start talking to the back of the room, everyone is looking at my back. And the same situation applies if you're looking this way or that way. So I think be mindful of where the audience sits in the room and make sure that you are far back enough. In terms of the use of props, I thought the horse was a really great, humorous, clear addition to your speech. But I felt like the photographs, while they did add a lot of historical and obviously personal material to your speech, I felt that they were perhaps a bit too small, and you did have to walk around the room, which benefits those close by, but it's really difficult at the back of the room to see the images. So we've had a great speech, and we got to the conclusion, and I felt you did a great job concluding, but I felt like maybe you did it twice. You used quotes, which really enhanced your speech and really added that sort of gravitas to the speech, but you did use 3 quotes. And I felt that perhaps in future speeches you could think about really making that conclusion very concise, to the point, and wrap up in a very clear and concise manner. So in conclusion, excellent vocal voice, well delivered with a couple of things to think about where you stand, and also making that conclusion a bit more concise. But excellent speech, well done.
Thank you.